Hey folks, it's been a while. So just ending off 2024 with a quick review video. Wasn't able to record or stream as much as I wanted to this year. There's a couple things going on, just life things. Some good, some bad. Well, nothing really too bad, but just haven't been able to do as much streaming as I wanted to. In 2025, we're going to try to get back at it. We've renamed the show, and we changed the format a little bit. But you guys will see. It's based on feedback from our viewers. Mostly our Twitch viewers, but we'll see how that goes. Anyways, the name of this video is I Fought Jiu-Jitsu's Biggest Hater. Now, this video also includes Jesse Enkamp, and we reviewed one of his videos before. But this video is recorded by Josh Beam. Looks like he's a BJJ purple belt. Yeah, let's go.
I'm about to fight one of BJJ's biggest haters since he's been talking so much smack about jiu-jitsu lately.
Actually, I didn't want to pause it so early, but I actually give Jesse a lot of credit. You know, there's a few YouTubers and a few personalities who talk a lot of trash about BJJ, and they don't really engage with BJJ folks. Not in person anyways. You know, they almost never allow them to come in and train with them or even spar with them. So, yeah, all credit to Jesse. Let's continue.
Jesse Enkamp, aka the Karate Nerd, is one of YouTube's biggest martial artists, and he recently posted 2 viral controversial videos trying to expose sport BJJ as unrealistic.
Everyone thinks BJJ is the world's most effective martial art.
Today, I'm entering a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament to prove that it doesn't work.
So I thought it was only right that I dojo stormed Jesse to prove otherwise, in a series of 4 challenges.
So I know Jesse Enkamp apparently, and you know I could be wrong because I've heard the second hand and I haven't really looked into it, so perhaps I shouldn't even be bringing this point up. But apparently his brother runs a BJJ school, and Jesse Enkamp has some BJJ experience, so it's not totally new to the sport. But when he entered that BJJ tournament, like, he won, and it was obvious that he's done some of it at some point, but again, I could be wrong, but let's continue.
Where first, we'll be on a hardwood floor, and we can both punch and kick. Second, on a mat, but I can only use my jiu-jitsu. Third, again on a mat, but we both have to use jiu-jitsu. And then finally, a mystery round. Although I've never tested my jiu-jitsu against an experienced striker, I do have my favorite submission up my sleeve. So let's see if I flew halfway across the world to get revenge, or just to prove him right. Either way, I'm gonna have a little chat with him afterwards.
I think the message is different.
And this is how it should be. You know, if you have a disagreement with someone, go train with them and have a chat. You know, these 4 challenges sound, pretty interesting, and hopefully we get some good footage in this video. And I think we will. But I'm actually very interested to hear what they were talking about. Again, all credit to Jesse. I know several Instagram and YouTube personalities who, again, won't do anything like this. But let's continue.
I finally arrived in Stockholm after 20 grueling hours of travel, fueled by a ridiculous level of commitment to a mission that literally nobody requested, but I'll do whatever it takes. I'm headed over shortly to meet Jesse for the first time, who's a pretty dangerous guy. He also trains with his brother Oliver, a professional MMA fighter, but first I have to travel yet another hour by train to get there, but I'll stop at nothing.
So yeah, he does have at least some grappling experience.
Standing outside of Jesse Enkamp's dojo. I don't know if he's in here yet. I came here really early. It's almost time to dojo storm.
I thoroughly enjoy this video already. It's like serious but lighthearted, you know. It's good humor to it. Yeah, me and Josh would get along pretty well in real life, I think.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Josh Beam.
How'd you know I was coming?
Dude, you literally posted online that you were gonna dojo storm me today.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Look, if I had a penny for every butthurt butt scooter that showed up at my doorstep, I would be
Let me guess, you'd be a millionaire?
I was gonna say I would be able to afford a sign that says no guard pullers welcome.
Well, I'm here now.
I guess so. All right, come on in. Let's do this.
This is what's up. I'm enjoying this already. I didn't review this video before I watched it. I don't really know anything about Josh Beam, but I was expecting this to be like a lot more of like a serious video, but this is more my speed. Let's continue.
I entered Jesse's lair, which was way bigger than I imagined, with 2 floors hosting multiple training areas.
Wait, isn't this the... Well, let's go back a little bit. Isn't that the... Wait a minute, where'd it go?
I entered Jesse's lair, which was way bigger than I imagined, with 2...
Isn't this the training area from the other Jesse and Camp video, the one that we reviewed last time? I think it is. Oh, well, whatever. That's just something worth note, because I could have swore he said he went to a BJJ school to train prior to his tournament, and I could have swore this was the background. Not background, but I could have swore this was the gym he went to. I could be wrong, but I'm curious now. I kind of want to go back and check, but either way, it's whatever. It's just something worth interest and something worth note. But let's continue.
2 floors hosting multiple training areas. He led me first into the karate practice floor, which didn't even have any mats.
All right, so before we fight, I would just like to show you what you're up against. Do you mind holding this?
Okay.
Just push it against the floor, right there. All right, that should be good. Watch your fingers.
What the fuck? But there's no striking in BJJ.
Well, we're not doing BJJ. This is karate. In fact, I brought you some gloves. All right, so since we're in Sweden, I got you these.
Where did he kick? At what part of his leg did he kick that with? Let's watch that again.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I was worried
There's no
that
striking in BJJ.
Well, we're not.
if he kicked that with his instep, I feel like that would have probably hurt quite a bit. But I wonder if he trains Muay Thai. Whatever. That's still kind of impressive. Let's continue.
Doing BJJ. This is karate. In fact, I brought you some gloves. All right, so since we're in Sweden, I got you these gloves that say Swedish Fighter, while I will be wearing the world's greatest karate glove from Seijin International. Link in the video description. 5 minutes warm up.
I began warming up and immediately realized I would not want to risk going to the ground on such a hard surface. I thought maybe I could hold him against a wall, but then I realized they were covered in mirrors, and I didn't want to risk glass breaking either. At this point, running wasn't an option, so I'd have to reach into my past and pull out some of my striking.
So I assume this is the beginning of Challenge 1. Yeah, like I said, this is much more of a lighthearted video and fun video than I thought it was going to be. So we may not review the entire thing tonight. We'll probably just do like 1 or 2, maybe 3 challenges and then call it a night. This will probably be a part 1, but let's continue.
We had 1 minute on the clock, and now it was time. I realized instantly that Jesse is a lot bigger than he looks in his videos, and even though his strikes were quick, he was hitting me a lot harder than I assumed he would, so I knew I'd have to keep up the intensity and protect myself. But my glove kept coming off, I hadn't sparred with striking in probably a couple years, and he kicked me in my injured finger, so I was doing everything I could to hold it together and block his strikes while getting in as many of my strikes as possible. Maybe I could still wrap him up in a bear hug and risk falling to the ground, but hindsight is 2020. My glove fell off again, but I was going to keep pushing forward against Jesse's relentless barrage of strikes. He kept throwing side kicks, which I wasn't used to dealing with, but I started getting into the flow and feeling more comfortable throwing my own strikes.
I have to say, as far as karate goes, Jesse's actually pretty good, in my opinion. I haven't done karate in decades, but I'm actually pretty impressed. Let's continue. Is that a health bar? Like, what is that? A timer? Oh God. Let's see how this plays out.
And just when time was about to run out, I accidentally hit him with a low blow.
It was a timer, right as he got kicked in the crotch. Yeah. I could hang with these guys. I'm thoroughly digging this video. Let's continue.
Sorry.
That was my plan the whole time, just to kick him in the nuts.
Dude, are you okay?
Yeah, but that was not jiu-jitsu. That was like Thai boxing or something. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I used to do Muay Thai.
Why are you not using your Brazilian jiu-jitsu?
Well, I just didn't think it would be effective if we're not on a mat.
But we have mats.
Oh.
You know what? Follow me.
From a striking perspective, Jesse definitely won that round, and the fact that I didn't even want to use my jiu-jitsu definitely was not helping my case. But we still had 3 rounds to go.
So wait, was he supposed to use his jiu-jitsu this round? I thought it was purely just a striking round. Maybe I missed something, but okay, whatever. Let's see what round 2 goes to.
The second 1-minute round, I would now use just my jiu-jitsu against Jesse's karate. And since we had mats now, I thought maybe this could work in my favor.
Oh, I don't need this stuff. In jiu-jitsu, we don't need protection.
No. We're on my turf. This is a slap bump.
I'm bowing.
My goal here was simple.
So before we continue, I have some predictions. I'm hoping, well, not predictions, more like I have several hopes. I hope that Josh modifies his jiu-jitsu slightly in order to mitigate the punches and kicks that will be coming from Jesse. You know, one thing that I notice when it comes to jiu-jitsu practitioners is that I feel like they get very comfortable not getting hit. So when they get into a situation where strikes are allowed, whether it just be simply just rolling with, slaps or whatever, or light punches, it seems like it seems like folks just get thrown off with that, and their timing suffers. They're not executing a lot of things as efficiently as they could be, but also it seems like they'll go for a sweep or some position that just leaves their, something open, whether it be the face, chest, etc., crotch even. But yeah, I hope Josh doesn't get into those scenarios too much, and just adjusts his jiu-jitsu to be a little bit more effective in this particular scenario. But let's continue.
I wanted to block Jesse's strikes and continue moving into him in order to crowd the space and try to wrap my arms around him to take him down. But he made this difficult by pushing me away, and then he started throwing knees. I tried to throw him with a sumigaeshi, but my timing was completely thrown off since I was thinking about his strikes. I had essentially pulled guard and was getting pummeled in the head, so I had to try to stand up. Jiu-jitsu against Jesse. And then he started throwing knees.
I wanted to see that
I tried
again.
to throw him with a sumigaeshi, but my timing was completely thrown off since I was thinking about his strikes. I had essentially pulled guard and was getting pummeled in the head, so I had to try to stand up. When out of nowhere, he hit me with an Asoto Gari. Little did I know, very similar to Judo, this is actually part of the karate throwing techniques. I turned back to face him, but this just opened me up to a barrage of punches.
So I have to keep in mind, from what I've seen, Jesse's actually a very good karate practitioner, and he's trained with his brother, who's a professional MMA fighter, I believe. You know, going back to the previous portion of the video. But yeah, I have to say that Josh, my dude, yeah, you're getting pummeled here. Let's see how this plays out.
To the head, since I was using my hands to sweep him instead of blocking my face. Finally, I managed to get him down, but he sprung right back up as I shot in again to take him down, but ended up just in another body lock. His strikes were super distracting and making it difficult for me to set anything up. Finally, I decided to drop down for a double leg takedown, but he was doing a nice job sprawling, and he started to give the timeout signal since the round was over, but Oliver behind the camera didn't stop it, so I circled to the back and hit a Tanya Toshi to take him to the ground. Now that we were in my territory, I could take my time and pin him while I looked to isolate an arm so that I could submit him.
Yeah, from this point, this is Josh's world, but Josh, bro, you ate a lot of punches getting to this point, and you left your face pretty open trying to go for that one sweep. No negative criticism, nothing negative on my part, just pointing it out. It's a learning experience. Let's see how this goes.
But I pulled back and asked Oliver about the time.
How are we on time, Oliver?
I think you should keep going.
Huh?
I think you should keep going until you get a submission. That's what BJJ is for. It's for tiring you out, and now he can submit you.
But this is just 1 minute!
Fighting doesn't have any time limits, real fighting. So I think this is great. When you have like a time span, 1 minute, your thing looks better.
Yeah, that is the thing about jiu-jitsu that I do enjoy. And, I think it carries over into all grappling. If you fight somebody who's used to just striking, they're going to burn themselves out. And you'll still have plenty in the gas tank to take them down. Generally speaking. Which is effectively what happened here. But, let's continue.
But this is the thing with BJJ, is to wear people out and then you can submit them.
Yeah.
And
true.
this is what you did. You took a lot of beating now. Now you got him down, so now you should win.
I thought we were doing 1 minute, and you just keep going. Why? Because I'm dead!
Well, I think BJJ kind of takes a while sometimes, especially going up against a skilled fighter like you. I was eventually able to get you down to the ground.
Yeah.
But you did have some good strikes in there.
The thing is, those strikes, I'm gassing out. And that's why eventually
That's right.
you will take me down unless...
Either way, that's it. We'll do a part 2. I don't want to make this a super long video. But, yeah, I actually really enjoyed this. Just watching these 2 rounds was fun and interesting. But anyways, we'll dive into this deeper later. But the one takeaway that I want everybody to understand is that even though our proficiency with BJJ and grappling, etc., increases as we get experience in practice, we have to realize that somebody who's in a self-defense situation or even a fight, once people start throwing punches at us, we can't be comfortable doing a lot of the stuff that we do on the ground without factoring in that people are going to try to punch us in the face, punch us in our vulnerable areas. We just have to keep that in mind and mitigate, and we have to mitigate that, and we can do that by adjusting what we're doing. in my mind, we have to keep it a lot simpler. In this scenario, things like a berimbolo may not be the best idea. Going inverted may not be the best idea. Maybe even, if just simple stuff, double leg, take them down, submit them. Once it became apparent that Jesse was pushing his opponent away, and thus keeping his hips separated from his opponent's hips, trying multiple judo throws, it's a good idea. Eventually you may get one, but especially since there's a lot of striking and he's a very good striker, switching it up to something else, which he did. He switched to a double leg takedown instead of like trying more judo stuff, is definitely the way to go in my opinion. But anyways, yeah, like I said, and I've reiterated this was much more of a fun, lighthearted video than I expected it to be. So, yeah, we'll post this up, and we'll do a part 2 probably in a few days. But anyways, I'll see y'all later. Peace.